Okay, this video will outline some of the basic audio editing that you can do with Audacity. So let's get Audacity started here. Notice that when it starts, Audacity will show you a blank project. If for some reason you don't have a blank project, it looks like this, then you can just choose a new project. Right now, and I have my settings to, let's see here. So it looks like, looks like that's catching my audio. I'm going to record a short audio segment, and I want you to, so when you do your editing, you can do this with a short audio segment. I would suggest you just record something for yourself just to play around with. So here we go. And what I'm going to do is, as I speak, I'm going to say like and stuff like that, and then we'll go ahead and chop it up and see if we can fix it up better. Okay? There are no tracks here. I can start a track, or I can actually just press record. And if there's no track, it will create a track for me. So here we go. It seems like things are looking up. Okay, that's going to be our file. And for right now, I want to look at this, and I'm going to just see how it sounds. It seems like things are looking up. Okay. Well, that's not great, but what we can do right here is we can chop it up, take the stuff off we don't need. This thing at the end is me actually after I should have ended the recording, so I can select that using the selecting tool here, and then I can just delete it like that. You can also use the delete key. Likewise, there's a little bit of a beginning here, which I don't really need. Now, there's a couple things I can do. I'm going to show you the difference. Watch, when I press the delete key, watch what happens to the audio. It all snapped back, right? It just disappeared and everything else kind of collapsed in to fill the space. So I'm going to undo that. Remember, undo is your friend, Command Z. If I wanted to actually just make some space there, I have a couple of things I could do. Maybe I wanted to have a little bit of a buffer at the beginning of this. So I could choose right up to the edge there. And you know what? Let's zoom in. Here's my zoom tool. If I press right there, it will zoom in on this spot. You can see right where my sound starts here. All right. And if I press shift, it'll zoom out. See how it turns from a plus to a minus when I press shift there. So, yeah, so if I was, looks like I have it exactly right. Now what I can do is I can remove special. I can actually just make silence. Let's see what it sounds like now. It seems like things are, okay. So it's a little bit better. I can do the silence. I could also, let's undo that. Now I have a little bit of breathing noise there. I could also go into edit, and I could split delete. Meaning I'm going to delete what's there, but instead of like everything collapsing, I'm just going to split the clip and have it now, oops, that's zoom. Now I'm going to have it just be empty space. Both of those are useful. We'll talk about them in a minute. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to zoom to fit the project to width. It's a really handy tool. Now I can see the whole project in one sweep here. You can see it's about 10 seconds long. Okay. And I have this empty space at the beginning. Let's say I wanted to get rid of that. I could use this tool right here, which is the time shift tool. So I can move it back and forth. If you need to move a clip to the left or the right, that's a really useful way to do it. There we go. If you see those arrows, do you see those arrows that kind of popped in? That means I actually went past the edge. I'm actually shoving it off the timeline. So you need to make sure that you're just right up above, right next to it there. All right, let's check the end of this here. Now I can take this selection tool, I can put it somewhere, and we can just listen to the end. Up. Okay. I'm going to just take the end off here as well. Delete that. Now I have all this hesitating in the middle. Geez, look at that Now I can just kind of see where the starts and ends, and I can get rid of it. like so. Let's see if that's a little better. It seems like things are looking up. And again, I can just go ahead and take this middle part out. Now we can make it a little better if we just work with it. It seems like things are looking up. It seems like I didn't really finish the word up there. I'm actually gonna go back. I think I need to keep that ending there. Should have double checked that. So let's get rid of again, and let's get rid of again. Let's see if that sounds a little bit better. It seems like things are looking up. Yep, because that little bit right there is the p of up. Now there's actually a little too much space here. I'm going to take a little more out. Just delete that, see if it sounds good. Are looking up. Same thing here. I'm going to just get to the word up a little sooner. Those little bits can make it sound more natural. It seems like things are looking up. Still too long. And this is actually also too long. So let's try that now. Things are looking up. It's not perfect, but you get the point. There are a couple other things you can do here. If you want to, you can put space at the beginning by inserting silence. All right. So if I want to generate, I can generate silence. All right, and it's just going to ask me how much silence I want to make. Yeah, we could just do seconds. Let's just, it says 1 second there. That's going to be good. Let's do 1 second of silence. Now I have a little bit of a buffer at the beginning. It seems like things are looking up. We can also generate other things. We can generate noise if we want to. If we want to like replace a word with noise, it seems like things. Let's just take the word things and make it noise instead, like white noise. So I can now generate noise and have that replace what I have selected. You know, white noise is kind of annoying. Pink noise is a little better. Brown noise is just the nicest. Not sure why it's not selecting brown. All right, there we go. Yeah, so let's do that. And you can see that it's replaced the word with noise. Let's see what's happened. Let's see what happens here. It seems like are looking up. All right. Let's say look is a offensive word. You could take the word look. Let's see if we can find it here. Ging. Nope. Look is right here. Look. All right. And I can generate a tone. Sine wave. 1000 frequency. It's like a 1000 hertz. It's like a kind of a flat high C. You could do square if you wanted. Yeah, annoying. Square and sawtooth is going to sound kind of like video game sounds from the 80s. Or 70s even. So let's do sine, and 0.2 looks like maybe a good volume. Maybe a little softer. Let's try that. Okay. Notice it replaced it with an absolutely pure sine wave sound. Actually, if we zoom right in here, it's kind of cool. Here, let's look at this. It's just a perfect sine wave. Go back out, and here we go. Let's listen to it. It seems like are f***ing up. Anyway, let's do one more trick here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy things to a different track. You might want to do these for various reasons, but I'm going to make a second track. And I'm just going to take each word, and every other word I'm just going to put on the other track. So let's split this clip here, split cut. And now you can see that there's this like edge, and it'll snap to the edge. And then I can paste, which is Control V. I'll just use Control V. Okay, so now let's look at this. It seems like, so we want to get like, okay. So same thing, I'm going to split cut, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to paste it. All right, now, why would I want to do this? Sometimes you might want to like have certain effects you might want to apply. Let's do a pan here. So I'm going to have the bottom words go on that side, on the right, and the top words go on the left. So now listen to how it's going to kind of ping pong back and forth. It seems like are f***ing up. Okay, and then maybe at the end I want to have it in both ears. So we can choose this, and I can just copy it and paste it. All right, now I actually didn't put a clip split there, so it's actually a little bit off, I think. Let's see if it's a little off. F***ing up. Actually, it lines up pretty well. Imagine if I moved it over a little bit, it would sound like an echo. F***ing up. Do you hear how that echo from ear to ear? Actually, lots of music uses that effect. So anyway, and then maybe I want to hear that, let's see, I can also choose that right there, and I can split cut that and put it down here. And I actually needed to select this area like so. There we go. Let's see what that sounds like. It seems like are f***ing up. Okay, cool. You could actually even shrink things a little bit. Like if I moved the words on top of each other, it might sound a little bit like it was kind of rushed. You know, it was like someone kind of talking on top of themselves. All right, let's see what that sounds like. It seems like are f***ing up. All right, so there's actually a lot of audio editing that can go on right now, and you know, just using these really basic cut, paste, shift around tools and the generators. So good luck with this as you create your projects. One more thing, let's save the project. Now Audacity is going to save any project as, let's call this looking up. All right, I'm saving it in my documents folder. Actually, you know what, let's save it to the desktop. So watch this. If I save it to the desktop, look what happens. Let's go to my desktop here. There's the AUP file, that's the Audacity project file. And if we look at this folder, this folder is going to contain, actually I should go like this. This folder is going to contain the all the little sound files that we use. It's going to contain those so that you can actually recreate the whole project and not just the sound. Now, if you wanted to listen to this, you're going to have to export it. So I actually don't like that sound, that silence at the beginning, so I'm going to select the beginning and just get rid of it. You can actually select more than one track, and I'm going to delete that. All right, now let's export this. I would say export as MP3. Depending on the computer you have, you're probably going to have to download a codec file. And so if you have trouble with that, I'll put a little link in to the lesson. But what you need to do is you need to just basically download a single file and put it in a place where Audacity can find it. They have tutorials that walk you through it. If you have trouble, you can Zoom up with me. But I'm going to export it as an MP3, and I'm actually going to export it to my desktop, which is right here. And then, you know, you can mess with these settings if you want, and you can also export it in a whole bunch of different ways. MP3 is a good balance. It's a good file. It's a good way to do it. Most programs can read that. MP3s, you can also put this information in. I would say don't bother. All right, so now it's been exported. And let's take a look at what happens on our desktop. Now we have this MP3, and my computer should just be able to play it. All right, so we've kind of done a lot of things in this video, and I hope you can practice doing them all on your own. Everything I did you should experiment with, and then you'll have a lab to do. So here we go.